What have we learned from other countries in Canada about how to groom goaltenders? Because by numbers, you would assume that just by the sheer virtue of how many Canadian kids are playing the spot, that it would be a dominant spot for us. But it isn't. What have we learned from other countries and what they're doing to get their goaltenders to certain levels?
Well, I think, I mean, everybody talks about Finland, as the flagship of development for goaltenders, and they've done an excellent job. And if you look around the NHL, there's a number of teams that have Finnish goaltenders. For the size of their country and the amount of kids that they have playing, yeah, that's probably a pretty valid point. But I think what they've done is they've put a premium on goaltending in the last 10 years, whereas in Canada, I think we got a little bit complacent. We always had very good goaltending. Come Olympic time, or we could go back even to the World Cup and those kind of things, Canada Cup, we probably could have put two teams together, not only of goaltenders, but of total teams, and been competitive in those tournaments. And so I think we got complacent. And some of those other countries, Finland being one, decided that if they're going to compete with countries like Canada, they've got to focus on one area, and their area that they really looked at was their goaltending. And so they just put more time and more effort into it. And I think we're starting to realize that we've got to, and Hockey Canada has done a lot of work on that. They've sent guys over to Finland and Sweden, different places. And I think we're starting to realize we just have to put more focus on it.
It's Blair and McAuliffe on Primetime Sports with Sean Burke. Sean, I have a friend who coaches college hockey in the U.S. We've talked about goaltending, and he thinks one of the things that really separates Finland and Sweden from North America in general, he said, is smaller countries, everything's more compressed, everything's more compact. You can identify a goalie a lot easier in Finland, for example, get him into the correct stream, the correct development stream, and the way you go. He said in Canada, it's a wide country with a lot of kids playing goal. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, it's probably a valid point as well. But, I think that over time, I think it should probably work the opposite, because we have so many kids playing and probably so many good athletes who are goaltenders now. It's not a case anymore of you just put the kid in net who's not a very good skater. A lot of young kids now who are good athletes want to play goal. But I think we could do a better job of getting them the right coaching at an early age. Even now, and I know for sure down here in the U.S., but I'm sure in Canada still, you can go watch a young hockey practice, and the goalies are still neglected. Most coaches don't know a lot about goaltending. They can't have a full-time goalie coach, and so the goalies stand around a lot of the time in practice and have to figure it out on their own, or maybe even worse than that, there's a dad out there who doesn't know anything, but he has the time and he's going to put the effort in, so he becomes the goalie coach. And I've always said sometimes bad coaching is worse than no coaching at all. And I think a lot of our goalies in Canada, especially, and for sure in the U.S., are getting coaching, but it's from people who don't know really the position, and that gets dangerous after time.
Hey, Sean, listen, I wish we had more time to talk. We'll do this again. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Anytime.